everyone, here's the how to make a column graph video if you are working online. First thing you need to do is to rule up your x-axis, which is the axis along the bottom here. You need to have a ruler. Found this one in Mrs. Howard's room, thanks whoever belongs to this one. Needs to have a ruler, needs to be not right on the edge because you've got to right under here, so you need to have a bit of a gap there. That is the x-axis here. Next step is to rule your y-axis. This is where your amounts of data will go. So we've got our x, we've got our y. Next thing we need to do is to sort out how far apart our columns are going to be. The major difference with a column chart to a bar chart is that the columns have gaps in between them. So we need to remember that when we're doing our spaces along here. They do have to be even, so I am going to use my ruler again. I'm just going to measure 1 centimeter gaps. I'm going to do 10 because I have 5 sets of data, which means I need one for my actual column and then a gap. Next column, gap. So I'm going to write my type of data in here. So this is going to be favourite pets, and I'm going to write them in here now on a bit of an angle so they fit. Cats, so that data will go there. Then there's my gap that's important for the column chart. Dogs, birds, there's that gap again. Turtles and sloths. Alright, there's my 5 there, and there's my gaps. Every second one has a gap. Now I'm going to rule up here the amounts. So it's amount of people that find that this is their favourite pet. You can count by ones, you could count by 2s, 5s, 10s. If we were doing the whole 5-6 team, you would probably count by 10s. If you were doing the whole school, maybe you'd count by 20s or 25s. If you were doing the whole of Bunyip, you might count by hundreds. You need to choose a way of counting that's going to be appropriate for your data. So I've made this data up. I'm assuming it's a class's worth of data. So I'm only going to count by 2s because I don't have much and I don't have a big range. Again, I need to mark out even spaces. I'm going to go 1 centimeter again. Now I need to label these. So I said I was going to count by 2s. So this one, first one here is 2, 4, 6. Alright, so now we've got our information on our x-axis, our information on our y-axis. Now we actually need to label these. So an important part of graphing is actually the labels. So you need to have 3. You need to have one for here, and one for the overall graph. So overall, this is favourite pets. This one here is the kinds of pets. These are the options. Haven't left myself much room here. Types of pets. Always good to do everything in grey lead and then go over it in colour. Next, this here is, I guess, the pet popularity, how popular they are or how many people like this as their favourite pet. Pet popularity. Pet popularity. So I've got my 3 labels. Now I can actually start graphing. So if you're taking the double column graph road, I'll get to you guys in a minute. If you're taking the single column graph road, this next bit is for you. So I have 5 people in my class who like cats. I've chosen an odd number on purpose because you can see I don't actually have any odd numbers here. I know 5 comes in between here, so I actually have to rule to in between these numbers. Going to go across first. So here's my edge. And this is about 5 here. 5 people like cats. Can see that nice and clearly. there's the gap that makes this a column chart. 10 people like dogs, because dogs are better than cats, obviously. So I roll up to the 10, I look to there. You can, lightly hold your pencil out across until you're sure that's where the 10 is. It'll be hard once you get to here to make sure you get to the right number. And again, I'm ruling everything, no freehand. 10 people like dogs, there's that first gap. Birds, even better than dogs because they're adorable. 12 people like birds. Alright, that's how we make a column chart. Then you go through, fill it in with colour, go over these if you want to. That's the single column chart. Let me get some paper and I'll do a double. No paper around. I might just have to do a double up here. It's going to be mini. The double is for if you have two different kinds of people or two different kinds of things. For this example, I'm going to do grade 5s and grade 6s. So again, I've ruled up these 2, 4, 6, 8. These are going to be a bit smaller. Only doing 1/2 centimetre for them because I've made it a bit small. Alright, so now if we were talking about the cats data again, and there were 5 people who liked cats, this is for the double column graph. We're splitting that into how many grade 5s like cats and how many grade 6s like cats. So here I'm going to put 5s. Actually, I'm just going to write cats here. Across 2, because this is the double bit. Double is 2. There were 2 grade 5s that like cats, so I'm going to rule up to 2. Don't tell anyone I freehanded that. And 3 people like cats. 2 plus 3 is 5. That matches our original data down here. Here's 5. It's a bit tricky to rule the double because like these two aren't the same height, so you've got to still make sure you get both little bits there. Now you need a key as well. So I'm going to do here grade 5 is spots, only because I don't have textures on me at the minute, and grade 6 is stripes. Each one of these bars has to be coloured to match your key. So here I've got how many grade 5s like cats, and here I've got how many grade 6s. Still need to leave a gap there, still need to leave that because we're still doing a column. And now dogs. There is 10 people here who like dogs. Let's say 4 grade 5s like dogs and 6 grade 6s like dogs. So here's 4. And you'll see when I colour this in, it's going to match this key again. So 4 and 6, I said. There we go. So now you know how to make your graph. You are graphing the data that I've given you. Choose either one. I'll give you 2 kinds. Super important that you rule, that you label your axes, that you label your graph, and that these are coloured because colour is pretty. All right, good luck everybody.